Marc Stein covers the NBA for the New York Times. So where do we stand with fact as opposed to fiction right now, Mark?
Well, by the end of the night, we'll have much more fact because LeBron has until 11:59 Eastern to formally opt in or opt out of the last year of his Cavs contract. I think the whole NBA world, safe to say, expects him to opt out and actually become a free agent. But obviously that would make the curveball if he decided to opt in and suddenly we're all preparing for something else. But I think if there's anything close to a safe bet here, I would anticipate that he does opt out and actually becomes a free agent for the third time.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he would trust Dan Gilbert to help facilitate the next move for him. But the other part of this is, Mark, it is LeBron going to the Lakers and not depleting the Lakers if there's a sign and trade. But then if you get to the Lakers and you're trying to get Kawhi, then Kawhi's going to deplete the Lakers there. So everybody wants a super team. I don't know if it's going to be a super team if LeBron and Kawhi go there. Your thoughts?
If LeBron goes there, it will ultimately be a super team. I think the only question will be how long does it take?
Yeah.
Now, it might not be instant, and I've actually changed my position on this. I was originally one of those who would say there's no way he goes there by himself. But you know what? He already has a home or homes there. I think he might even have two. His family spends a lot of time in L.A. If the family says, you know what, let's just go live in L.A., we want to try something different, why wouldn't he go there and believe that over time, I have to believe that one or two good players are going to want to play with LeBron James because the Lakers have so many young players that teams would love. They're not going to have trouble finding trade offers if they want to make the likes of Kuzma and Ingram available. So eventually there will be plenty of talent around LeBron James. It just might not happen in year one.
The Spurs element involved in this, that do the Spurs, how much leverage does San Antonio have?
It's hard to gauge exactly, but the pressure is not on them right now. I mean, they have until February 2019 if they want to drag this thing all the way out. If they keep Kawhi into next season, then as they inch closer to the trade deadline, that's when they have to make a decision because you can't let the deadline go and Kawhi's still on your team and then he opts out and just leaves you in free agency. So the Spurs don't have to make a deal now, but they have more leverage than the Lakers as we speak because they don't have to make a deal today. But I was told yesterday in pretty strong terms that they're ready to move on. They know that this relationship it can't be repaired. This is not, this is beyond Pop and Kawhi meeting face to face and fixing it as Pop was able to do with LaMarcus Aldridge last summer. It's pretty much gone at this point.
What's your best guess on how this plays out? If I'm talking to you at the beginning of the season, I'm not going to hold you to this, but at the beginning of the season, LeBron is where, Kawhi is where, and Paul George is where.
Okay, these are predictions,
yes.
Right? Aggregators, these are predictions.
Yes.
Not reported fact. I think Paul George stays in Oklahoma City. Okay. That's really the way the momentum's been building that way for the last month. I think that's the safest bet as we speak. I'm going to say Lakers for LeBron. I don't say it with great conviction. I think the Cavs are still in his thinking, and I know that's been kind of your tout here for the last few weeks. So I do think the Cavs, staying is not off the table for him, but I would lean Lakers on LeBron. And then Kawhi, I'm going to say traded. I can't give you a destination yet. I don't think we know the destination, but I do believe that the Spurs will trade him in the near future.
But it's not a given. It's Los Angeles, even though he wants to go there.
No, I don't think it's a given. I mean, Philadelphia badly wants him. Boston is sniffing around. The Clippers would love to have him. There are dice rollers in this league who are not going to be swayed by, Kawhi wants to be a Laker, well, we're out. I mean, you saw that a year ago with Oklahoma City. the Thunder didn't even contact George's camp before they made that trade. They just did it. That is, on one hand, you say, well, okay, it wasn't that big of a dice roll that the Thunder didn't even give up a draft pick, but that's a pretty gutsy move for a team to trade for a player of Paul George's stature who is 1 year away from free agency and not even check to see how he feels about Oklahoma City. They just did it. And there are other teams that operate in that manner.
Mark, good stuff. Have a great weekend, and thanks for joining us.
Anytime. Good talking to you.
That's Marc Stein, covers the NBA for the New York Times.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.